candidates. Remaining people, we are going to reject their CVs, but we are going to inform them that your CV or you are not suitable for this job. That's why we are not accepting you. We are not taking you for selection process. That again we are going to inform, and then we are going to evaluate this process of recruitment. Whether, for example, we want 5 people, how many candidates are there in the pool of eligible candidates? 5 people are there. We want 5 people, and we have only 7 people, only 7 candidates. That means this recruitment process which we have carried out is not successful. We are not giving options to the selection committee. We want 5 and we are giving only 7. But we want 5 and we are giving them 20 or 25. Then the recruitment process which we have carried out, we can say it's a successful process. That evaluation will be done, and then if the results are not favorable, then we have to analyze the steps and we have to see that where we can control the things. So recruitment process are having 5 steps. One is recruitment planning, second one is strategy development, third one is searching, fourth one is screening, and last one is evaluation and control. We'll move to the next slide. Sources of recruitment. There are 3 sources of recruitment: internal sources, external sources, and third party method also. In internal sources means internal sources means we are going to take people from our own organization, inside organization. Okay, we want to fill up these 5 positions. Okay, we have 5 eligible candidates. We are going to promote them. We are not going to allow anyone to enter. We want this one position to be get vacated, one position to be get filled. Okay, I have a person available in my Delhi office. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to do that. Okay, one position is vacant. This person is not performing well. I'm going to demote him, and this one vacant position is going to get filled. So whatever my existing manpower which is available with me, I'm going to use them to fulfill fill the vacant positions. So that is called as the use of internal sources. External sources, we all are knowing, we want to bring people from outside the organization. We want a young talent. We'll go to college, we'll do the campus interview part activity, and we will bring the young talent to the organization. We will take help of job portals, Naukri.com, Times Job and other thing, and we will take good people from there. We will attract people for selection process. Job fairs are also another important we can say source from where we will get required people, skilled people, committed people, and we can take them to selection process if they are matching the requirement of that particular job. Then the third party, we are going to appoint a recruitment agency to bring talented people for us, so that we can do the selection process and we can select them for the job if they are best candidates for that particular job. So this is a third party. In that third party, we are going to pay to that third party. That is what third party method. So sources of recruitment, there are 3 sources. One is internal sources, second one is external sources, and third one is the third party method. Now we'll move towards the next slide, that is steps in selection. What is selection? Selection is nothing but comparing and differentiating the candidates to find out the best for the organization, best candidate for the organization. This is called as selection process. Now in selection process, there are total 9 steps are there. First step is the preliminary interview. Preliminary interview, generally in organizations, it will be taken by the HR professionals. They will interview the candidate, and they will also cross-check what he has mentioned in his CV, whether those things are correct or not. That is called as preliminary interview. Whether in that the questions like introduce yourself, what are your hobbies, okay, what are your future plans, these type of things are there, and some questions will be related to his technical expertise also. Once the candidate pass this preliminary interview test, okay, then he will go to the second process, that is selection test. Sometimes few candidates they got rejected in the preliminary interview. They are not suitable candidate. That is what the HR people feel, so they reject those candidates. So then the candidates will go for selection test. Selection test may be a written test, aptitude test will be there, a reasoning type of test may be there, behavioral tests will be there. That depends upon the company and that depends upon the nature of the job also. Group discussions may be there. So after completion, those who will pass those tests will come for third part round, that is employment interview. This is also called as panel interview. In panel interview, there will be people from HR department, there will be people, there will be members from that particular department from where the vacancy is, the job vacancy is. For example, the job vacancy is from, suppose, finance department. So finance department senior finance manager or VP finance will be there in this panel. HR people will be there, and if possible some outside expert will be also there. So this panel interview or employment interview will be there, where HR, the finance people, because the vacancy is from finance department, they will ask questions related to finance domain. So they are going to take care of the domain knowledge, they will test it. HR people will see the behavioral part. Expert will also see the domain part. Once the candidate answers all these questions and clear the employment interview, then he will go for next round, that is medical examination. Organization is having tie-up with the different hospitals where the candidate will be sent and his medical examination will be done, and the hospital is going to send the report to the organization. Once a hospital, the medical examination report says he is fit, the candidate is fit, then the next step will be carried out, that is a referral check. Every candidate in his CV mention references. Those references are nothing but the individuals to whom he knows, and as well as those individuals are knowing that particular candidate. So cross-checking will be done. Sometimes the individual is working for currently working in XYZ organization, he or she has given the interview. So the HR people will cross-check with that organization also, whether this individual is working in your organization, how he is performing. All those data will be collected. That is called as a referral checks, and this is a very, very crucial stage. This is very, very crucial stage. Sometimes if referral checks are not done properly, and we are going to select that person, induct that person, and then we are going to get information that he is having some criminal background, or he is having habits which is not acceptable in our organizational culture. So that time remove that candidate, again search for the candidate, bring the new candidate. It's a very costly affair. So referral checks is a very, very crucial thing. After clearing the referral checks, final approval will be taken from the management, and then we are going to prepare the job or employment order, and that will be given to the individual. Now here the individual is having chance. Till this, up to this level, company is having the right to reject the candidates. But when we are going to give the employment, when we are going to give the offer letter to an individual, from that point, individual is going to get a chance. The candidate is going to get the chance. He may accept, he may reject your employment offer. So he may accept it, he may reject it. If he is going to accept it, we are going to do the induction. After induction, we are going to do the follow-up. We are going to hand over the candidate to the respective department. So in steps in selection process, it begins with preliminary interview, then selection test, employment interview, medical examination, referral checks, final approval, employment, induction, and follow-up. These are 9 steps which are there in selection process. Each step in this selection process is important. If all steps are carried out holistically, we are going to get a correct candidate. One step, if we are not going to carry out correctly, the process is going to get a problem, and we are going to get a mismatch in terms of candidate. And again, that will be a headache, and we have to resolve that. So that's why all these steps in the selection process, the team should carry it out holistically. That is good for the organization, that is good for the recruitment and selection department, as well as that is good for other departments of the organization also. So today we have covered human resource planning. We have also talked about job analysis. Then we have discussed recruitment and recruitment process. And then in the last part we have discussed about selection and steps in selection process. So we have covered model number 2 of the subject of human resource management. Thank you.